Hey everyone, welcome back, and for this video I am bringing you guys a fight versus a subscriber with the username GamingPracticioner. And I have to say, guys, this fight right here showed me firsthand what it must feel like to fight me. I am using Jorge Masvidal. He is playing as Jordan Meehan, and oh my goodness, what a technical fight this was. This was a thinking man's game in the highest degree. I have never faced another opponent that mirrored my style as well as this player actually did. Now, we've been meaning to fight for a while right now, but I just didn't have the time, and when I do have the time, he's not online, or when he's online, I'm not online. But we were finally able to get a match together, and the fight turned out to be one of my absolute, if not my absolute favorite fights I've ever had in EA Sports UFC 2. So the fight starts off, and the first thing that I wanted to do was take the center of the octagon. I don't know why, but I just wanted to see what his movement was like. I wanted to see what his circling was like, what his lunging was like. I wanted to see how easy it was to land punches on him, to land kicks on him. And the first thing that I noticed was that this dude was moving his head. He was moving his head. He was not using the parries. He was moving his head. And the biggest, what that does when you're facing a player that moves their head is it makes it very difficult to come up with a pattern, because their head is never in the center of the octagon. When you think it is, boom, he moves his head. When you think, okay, right there's his head, I'm going to throw two combinations and land something. Nope, he moves his head out the way, and when you miss, your stamina goes down. So in the first round, I am just looking to box a little bit, maybe throw a couple leg kicks here and there. Jorge Masvidal does not have the rear kick to the body. He has that one, the spinning kick to the body. He does have the lead kick to the body, which I did not think would be very effective against this opponent, because he was moving really well. So it kind of put me off my game a little bit, but not even enough to affect my gameplay at all. Not enough to affect my gameplay. I knew exactly what I was doing. I was completely comfortable in there. There was no lag. There was absolutely nothing that I could say affected my game in this fight. So he's moving really well, as you can see right there, moving his head, and he's also using a very effective combination. One of the combinations I have actually showed you guys in the combination video that I posted. It is the rear body kick followed by the lead uppercut followed by the straight punch. He used that combination very well in this fight, more than anyone I have ever seen attempt to use it. I mean, sometimes when I fight in ranked, I face players that try to mirror my style, but this player right here, he really showed me what a pain in the ass I could be fighting. I mean, it was really difficult to get a read on him. Now, in the first round, what I was trying to do, like I said, I was trying to move forward to see if I can land some combinations on him, but with his ability to move his head out the way, it was not as easy as I thought it would be. And watch what he's doing. Every single time he feels his legs crossing that black line, the final black line, he circles. He circles away from the cage. He does not. I was not able to corner him against the cage even once in this fight, and that tells you all you need to know about the type of player he is. He does not want to be backed up against the cage. Look at that. Boom, the body kick followed by the uppercut and followed by the straight, nasty combination. I saw that he was doing that. I'm like, okay, I cannot let him hit me with that combo too much. So he's really moving well, really throwing solid combinations. You can tell that every single thing he is throwing was deliberate. He wasn't just throwing punches out there or throwing combinations out there. Every single strike he was throwing was because he saw a clear opening, and he is trying to land something clean and rock me. So as you can see right there, his leg is about to step out that black line. I'm slowly moving forward to see if I can back him up, but as he crosses that line, he's going to circle away. Boom! Circles away from the cage. He does not let me back him up, and that really makes it hard to push forward. You know, I keep trying to tell people that When someone is pushing forward against you, your biggest weapon is your movement. And your movement has to begin when you cross that black line. The second you feel yourself crossing that black, boom, look at that. He circles away. The second you feel yourself about to cross that black line, circle away from the cage, get back to the center of the cage. Watch that. He'll move. He's going to circle. He's out of there already. Circle away from that cage, try to get back to the center, and then get back to kickboxing. Do not let yourself get backed up. That way you will have enough space to do work. So round number 1, we're almost dead even when it comes to strikes landed. I am throwing a lot more strikes and I am missing a lot more strikes. It was really, really difficult for me to notice a clear pattern with this player. The one thing that I saw was landing was my jab. It was landing consistently. My straights were landing as well. So I figured, okay, in round number 2, I'm going to try to box a little bit. As he catches me with a nasty overhand right. That is a very, very effective combination too. And now he's backing me up a little bit. I push forward. I don't want him to back me up at all. I'm standing my ground a little bit too. I'm not backing up that much. And he's hitting me. He's actually hitting me a lot. I'm also hitting him, but there is no pattern. There is nothing to pick up on. There is really nothing. I mean, when you think back to that first round, there's no pattern. With some players, when you face them, they usually lead with one combination and they tend to end with one combination. They don't feint. They don't move their head. They try to parry, or when they move forward, they parry. They try to parry your first strike or try to parry your second strike. They have a pattern that you can pick up on, a pattern that you can exploit. With this guy right here, there was no pattern. There was nothing that I could clearly exploit, so it made it really, really hard to face him. So round number 2, I'm going to try to box. I'm going to try to use my punches a lot more as I am moving around the cage. Also working that leg kick. I gotta say, man, I underestimated him a little bit. I absolutely did. I did not expect him to use this style as well as he did. I mean, usually players will move well, right? Usually they'll move really well, but then they won't circle away from the cage properly. There's usually always something they do wrong. There's always something that they don't do right that I can exploit. With him, nothing. When he's chasing me, he also does everything right. He leads with his body kicks to stop me in my tracks, or he leads with the head kicks to stop me in my tracks. Literally everything he was doing well. He was not throwing a lot of combinations. It's either through strike combos, as I drop him right there. He either throws a jab straight, a straight uppercut. He throws, and when he goes above 2 strike combinations, it's when he is sure it's going to land. Like when he goes for the body kick, lead uppercut straight to the head. So it's very difficult to get a read on this dude. And it was a really, really exciting fight the whole entire time as I land the nasty combination right there. I'm starting to push forward a little bit. My boxing is starting to work for me. I'm noticing that if I can just keep up a work rate, as I trip him right there again, if I can keep up a little bit of work rate with my punches, if I can just put punches to his face, even though he is moving his head, I can land something. I can land a few combinations. As you can see, his nose is bloodied up. He's bleeding way more than I am. Goes for the head kick right there, pushing forward with the jab. Going for the jab straight, looking for the jab straight left hook, trying to see if I can land something nasty. Look at all that head movement. He's constantly keeping his head out of the center. I'm doing the same thing too because we do not want to get hit. Look at that. He circles away. I was not able to get the... Look at that. He goes for that combo. Body kick, lead uppercut, straight. He catches me with the lead head kick, pushing forward at 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Can I do something here at all? So hard to touch him, so hard to land clean. But those jabs though, those jabs I'm throwing are doing damage. As you can see, he's bleeding, he is dripping blood all over the place. But I have to watch out for those combos he's throwing though. Boom, circles again, away from that cage. Really, really, really difficult to trap this guy. If I was able to get him against the cage at least once, I would have been able to land something significant, but I was not able to. He always knew when to circle away. He always, and that is, if there's anything I can praise this dude for, that is it. He always knew when to circle away. Also, his feints. He was feinting. How often do you see that? I mean, when you play EA Sports UFC, how often do you see players using their feint? I mean, and he was using it in a way that it actually worked. It was actually working. He was tricking me, and I believe in the third round, it was either the second or the third round, he actually rocked me at some point, and he rocked me because he feinted, he drew a combination from me, pulled back, and countered. I mean, my mind was blown. You guys will see what I'm talking about when he does it. My mind was blown that he was able to do that. I mean, I had no excuse. He was able to outthink me in this particular fight, and right now he's pushing forward. I'm like, hell no, I'm not letting you. And he rocks me right there. I believe it's right there. That's where it happened. Oh my goodness. If you want to see what I'm talking about, rewind it and watch it over again. What he did was he feinted a straight punch. Usually when I see a straight coming, what I like to do is I like to sway back, come back with a straight of my own, followed with a lead uppercut. But what he did was he feinted a straight. I thought he was actually going to throw a straight, so I swayed backwards, fired off my own straight, followed by a lead uppercut. He pulled back and hit me with a nasty lead head kick. It blew my mind when it happened. I was like, oh my goodness, he tricked me, and he was able to get off a nasty shot. But he rocked me. He wasn't able to finish me, as round number 2 is almost over. We've got, 35 minutes, 35 seconds left in that round. My punches are doing damage, though. Get him with a lead head kick. I felt like my boxing was better. Overall, I felt like my boxing was better. I was able to land, like, really clean punches. As you can see right there, his head is red. That's my jab straights doing that damage. Look at that movement, though. Look at the movement. I catch him with the lead head kick as he's circling away, but look at that movement. I am unable to do anything because of the movement. So guys, if there's anything at all that you should remember when it comes to everything I've talked about in the striking game in EA Sports UFC 2, is that your movement really means a lot. A lot of people don't really pay attention to it. A lot of people focus so much on combinations. A lot of people focus so much on pushing forward and throwing strikes. But if there's anything you need to remember, is that how much you get hit, how much you actually get hit, depends on how you're able to mix in your head movement and your footwork. If you can chain these two together properly, it's gonna be really, really difficult to actually hit you. And if you guys know me, I don't usually have any issues with my accuracy. I feel like I am one of the most accurate strikers in EA Sports UFC 2, if not the most accurate. And I also feel like I am one of the most elusive strikers in EA Sports UFC 2, if not the most elusive. Sorry if that sounds like I'm bragging, just being real with you guys. But when I was facing this dude, it was like, wow, I'm not able to hit him. I'm not able to hit him, and the reason is because he does not keep his head in one place. He's constantly moving it. He's constantly moving his head out the way, and when I feel like I'm about to push him against the cage, nope, he's nowhere to be found. He circles away, and he is landing effective combinations. He's not just throwing out combos out there. He is landing effective combinations designed to do damage. Everything he's throwing out there is designed to do damage, and I really, 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 really love that. I respect that about this player, and actually I think I found my favorite EA Sports UFC 2 player, to be honest, guys. Like, anytime right now that I want to have a really fun match, a really fun, brain-stimulating striking match, I know who to go to. I'm gonna send him a message. We're gonna scrap. We're gonna try to outthink each other, and it's gonna be like a chess match every single time. I absolutely freaking love it. I love it so much, and it's kind of like when I watch boxing, I've always wondered what it's gonna be like, what it's gonna feel like watching Floyd Mayweather face someone that fights exactly like Floyd Mayweather, someone with extremely good defense. I want to see how Floyd Mayweather handles that, not just someone that's fast or someone that's strong or someone that knows how to throw combinations. I want to see how he handles someone with insane defense just like he does. But hopefully that happens sometime soon. It probably will never happen, but it's my dream, and I'm really looking forward to it if it does happen. But round number 3, this fight is almost about to be over. I am pushing forward a little bit, moving my head, trying to see if I can land some leg kicks. Now he's pushing forward himself, and I'm standing my ground. Nope, I'm not backing up. I'm standing my ground, Back up a little bit though, circle away from the cage, get back to the center of the cage, land a combination. And we're just exchanging. I'm standing right there in the middle of that cage. I'm not backing up. Nope, you back up. You back up. He knocked me back. I circle, and his head is getting red. My boxing is doing some damage. Is doing some work. But guys, look at that. My stamina is way lower than his. How many times does that happen in this game? How many times do you see my stamina lower than that of my opponent? That is one thing that barely ever happens in EA Sports UFC 2, but it is happening here, and because of that, he can open up a lot more because he has more energy. He has more energy, and it doesn't really matter how good I am right now. And watch this combo I'm talking about. Body kick, uppercut, straight. I am hurt right now. I am so hurt. Can I survive? Side step, lead, head kick, drops. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I survive? No, the fight is over. And Martial Mind gets knocked out cold. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. That was such a good fight. I enjoyed every single second of that fight. Even though I lost, I learned a lot from that fight. You have no idea how much I learned from that fight. And you will see what I learned from the fight in the rematch, which we had right after this one. I'm going to post that fight very, very shortly. Watch out for that. And to Gaming Practitioner, thank you so much for that amazing fight, bro. In the comment section, guys, show him some love. Let him know how impressed you were at his performance. And I will see you guys very soon. Be safe.